this particular one is a heavy one. I haven't recovered from my last video, but here we are. If you're a Nigerian living in Nigeria and you're looking to leave this country for the United Kingdom in 2025 and beyond, do not. It's becoming a trap. It is now a trap. If you know everything that is happening and you're choosing to move to the UK, just prepare yourself for modern day slavery. That's all I have to say.
I believe we need to reduce immigration significantly. So as this white paper sets out, every area of the immigration system, work, family and study, will be tightened up so we have more control. Skill requirements raised to degree level. English language requirements across all routes, including for dependents. The time it takes to acquire settled status extended from 5 years to 10. And enforcement tougher than ever, because fair rules must be followed. Now, make no mistake, this plan means migration will fall.
Hello guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It is your favorite baby girl, Mama Dyna Ekwueme in the building. See, I haven't recovered from the last video I made. At this point, I am anti-West. I have accepted with my full chest to be anti-West. I'm pro-Global South, I'm pro-home. Pro-Africa, pro-Global South, pro-home. Nobody is asking you not to leave Nigeria. No one is telling you. I mean, Nigerians, we too like sugarcoating. We too like, oh, let's do it like this. Don't tell me the harsh reality. Let me go there and see first. Let me leave this country. And then you go, and then you see the warnings that people over there have been giving you, and you chose not to listen. And then you get mad or probably furious that the country is doing whoa, 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 when you should have thought things through. When the writing was on the wall. When people have been issuing warning for years, but then you say they don't mean well. They don't want you to move. In 2025, you need to be strategic with relocation if you're choosing not to stay in Nigeria. With that said, if you've been following the UK media these past few days, you would know that their Prime Minister Keir Starmer came out to announce several changes to immigration policies. So some of the things you knew as of last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago that you felt that were drastic changes, they've now been flipped. Because I remember this same Labour Party being pro-migration, pro-bringing workers, in fact, a lot of migrants voted in this Labour Party. But now, the whole of the UK is in uproar. Like, if you don't have your citizenship, if you don't have your ILR, that's your indefinite leave to remain status, checked in the UK, then you don't even know what's coming for you. And I know this is debatable. A lot of people have been saying it's not going to affect us. Those of us who have been here 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year. Those of us who are inside, it's not going to affect us. It's going to affect people that are coming. It's not, Nobody knows. It hasn't been implemented yet. This is just proposal to, legislation. It hasn't been implemented yet. But we all know the UK. This was how the post-study thing came. They gradually talked about it, this, that, and then boom, it was put into effect. So I haven't seen a situation over the years since I graduated, since I left the UK. I haven't seen these people talk about something and it hasn't been implemented. So long as it's been put to, it's Labour Party, the Prime Minister putting this forward. So you have to take it seriously. You have to start making plans. Whether you're living in the UK or outside of the UK, if you do not have your ILR already, if you do not have a British passport, this should keep you awake at night though. It is not something that you should just be thinking, okay, the UK government cannot wake up and do this. The UK government have woken up and done a lot. I did mention the Windrush scandal that happened in Britain in my last video, and I feel like as a Nigerian, I know this doesn't just affect Nigerians, it affects foreigners coming into the UK. But as a Nigerian, you shouldn't just be doing things because people are doing things. You should be proactive with your thinking. You should be thinking of, how does this affect me? How do I benefit from this system? How does this affect my children? There are literally people who are planning, or maybe they've even gotten their visas. They've already calculated in the next 5 years, I'm going to get settled in the UK. In another 5 years, I should have completed this project. After I should have done this. I should have retired back home. I should have planned for this. This is a major cause for concern. If you're not aware, ILR has been proposed. That's the indefinite leave to remain. Your permanent resident status to live, work, study, get access to public funds. It's been changed from 5 years to now 10 years. That's a very, very long time. It's not just with the ILR. Student visas, you already know that the post-study work visas, you're allowed 2 years. But now, it's now 18 months. With even care visas, it's almost like they want to scrap it. Dependents, illegal migrants, job sponsors, everybody. There was even one I read that you need a degree to get certain jobs, gardening. You need... Huh? The restrictions are restricting. The pressure at this point is getting worse. They are blocking every major channel that felt easier before to somewhat get into, making migration very restrictive and tougher for new immigrants. So, if in 2025, you know all of this as a Nigerian and choose to still leave this country to migrate there, do not come out after 2 years, carry camera and be saying this country, they are this, they are racist, they are that. You knew all of this. You saw all of this. So imagine if you're in the situation where you already have your UK visa and you've already made a 15-year to 20-year plan to move to the UK. And within that 15 to 20-year plan, you've mapped out that in the next 5 to 8 years that you have your British passport at hand. You've paid to the system. You've done all that you've contributed, because contrary to what their citizens think, you pay taxes, you pay bills. There is no freebie. There is no free anything in that country. Those of you who say free healthcare, free this, you find there's a way that it's been deducted that you do not know. You pay bills, you pay taxes heavily. You contribute to the system without access to public funds, right? Doing this, toiling, and then boom, you're presented with new immigration policy that you're not going far. You're not going to get ahead. That your 5-year plan, change it to 10 years. That is 10 years of maybe after 2.5 years depositing 12,000, 10,000 pounds into the system, depending on how many people you're taking with you. If you're going as a family of 4 or 5, for you to renew visas every 2.5 years, calculate that in a span of 10 years, 10 good years of your life, you're paying to the system. Tell me what the definition of modern day slavery is. All the money you've worked hard for going back into the system in form of taxes, in form of bills, in form of renewal, visa renewal. And there is no guarantee that within that 10 years of you contributing and giving your all to the system, that they won't wake up and change the policies again. They won't wake up and say, oh, we're now extending it to 20 years. Because the way I'm looking at things, the Gulf countries that tell you, ho-ha, we don't issue passports here, oh, come, walk and go. I mean, they have their issues. You have issues that you're going to face. Every country, even Nigeria, we have our issues. But if migration does not just come with those issues that you may even be aware of, but also comes with anxiety, with breaking your back, with 24/7, you're thinking, am I living? Am I surviving? What is this? You don't have a set plan. You have a plan today. British people will wake up, say, okay, this one, that one. You change your plan. You stare again to another direction. Is it still worth it to migrate to the UK in 2025? If you have 40 to 50 million naira right now in present day Nigeria, are you willing to use that money to migrate to the UK in 2025? I want to know in the comment section below. Maybe I'm the one who just have this anti-West rhetoric. I want to know, is the West still suitable? Or would I say, is it still a viable option for Nigerians to move to in 2025? For me, do not move to the West. Whether it's the USA, whether it's the UK. For me personally, I wouldn't advise anyone I know to throw away such amount of money for such uncertainty in 2025 for a country like the United Kingdom. For those of you who are already there, perfect. If you have your British passport, this video is not even for you. If you have your ILR, you cannot relate. But for those of you making active plans, even with all these immigration policies, warning you, giving you serious warning, unless you're going there to study and come back, unless nothing concerns you with staying in the UK, unless you're 18, 20, or even 25, right? But if you imagine as a 50-year-old moving to the UK with this new policy, by the time you get your British passport, you're retired. You're going from migrating to the UK into migrating to care home. You're going from migrating to retiring. You're retiring with the passport. And I know that there are people who would debate, oh, the exchange rate, oh, I don't still care. There will be coconut heads, though. Even if they extend this thing to 50 years, there will still be Nigerians willing to move to the UK. And because they're used to the herd mentality, they're used to sheep mentality. A majority of our population that's the way we reason. If everybody is doing this, then it has to be the right thing. If everyone is going here, then that's where I have to be. It's that mentality. It's the reason why if you mention moving to Singapore, for instance, moving to Mexico, moving to all these countries, moving to Germany, moving to Malta, moving to the Netherlands, they are like, huh? But they don't speak English there. There will be racism there. Like there is no institutionalized cold racism in the UK. Now, even with the English, you think that you're speaking well. They have made changes to the exams, the English exams, the English requirements to move to the UK. They're even telling you that your English is not good enough. It's not polishing. You need to now start speaking. You need to start speaking like the natives, almost like the natives. They're making things tougher and harder. And I can't fathom why the UK is still an option for Nigerians in 2025. I feel like going forward, most of the countries that we Nigerians, we idolize as the perfect, as the best places to move to, they're all tightening their immigration policies. What choices do we have? Aside from Indians, Nigerians, Pakistanis, a few other countries, how many people are complaining? How many Chinese people have carried camera to complain about the British immigration policies? How many Russians, let me not even go to China, how many Russians within Europe, how many Europeans have set camera? How many Russians have carried camera to set and say, oh, this is, why are they doing this? Oh, if we leave, the country will collapse. How many? This is to tell us that in few years from now, we will be forced to build our own. If you cannot make your own livable, if you cannot pursue the people destroying your own, if you cannot unseat the people making your own unlivable, if you cannot find ways to be self-sufficient as a country, just like Burkina Faso is doing, if you can't find ways to build Africa, to build Nigeria, no other country will do it for you. Everybody is shutting their doors. If the UK government wakes up and says, you know what, in 2025, we no do again. Everybody go home. European or African, everybody go back home. We don't want... What would you do? Would you sit down and be looking for court case? Will you sit down and be asking questions? Why are they doing this? When we have contributed, when we have worked, when we have done this, when we have done that. I have a very big feeling that in few years to come, Africans will be forced to look inwards. Africans will have no other choice than to stay and rebuild. And for those of us who are looking to leave the country, we will realize that the world is more than the West. There are so many economies that even if you don't get passports, at least you're not living in anxiety. You're not living in every day you wake up, you are already stressing yourself. You are already homesick. You are already toiling, trying to survive, trying to pay bills, trying to do this, trying to do that. And then you couple that with uncertainties. Oh my God. In 2025, I would rather move to a country that gives me work-life balance, job prospects, career opportunities that I know that I can use to establish myself, establish and develop myself, than the promise of a passport. But that passport comes with headache. That passport comes with me not having peace of mind. That's why I said earlier, if you're looking to leave Nigeria in 2025, you must have to be strategic with moving. The world is more than the West. You can expand your coast to certain European countries. You can look for greener pastures in Latin America. You can look for greener pastures in the Gulf. You can look for greener pastures in Africa without all these hurdles. Contributing, paying to the system for years and years and years, and then you wake up, you ask yourself, to what end? To what end? But if it's your cup of tea, if after all these rules and policies and all of that, if paycheck to paycheck, bad weather, depression, individualism, all of this is your cup of tea, then by all means, nobody is asking you not to jump back to the UK. The UK is very viable for you in 2025. But if you want a situation where you're looking at the opportunity cost, okay, over time, what I've given and what I've received, does it make sense? Be strategic with relocation in 2025. Gone are those days when we wake up and move to the UK. When we wake up and, in fact, it's not even as easy as I'm saying it. The rules have changed. A lot of things have changed. Even moving to the US in 2025, everything now by connection. Now by connection. So if with everything you know, and you have a bulk amount of money, and you still stubbornly move, don't wake up tomorrow and set ring lights and disturb us. Live with the consequences of your choices. That's all I can say. Anyway, having said that, I would love to know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think in 2025 it is still worth it to move to the UK? And if you're already living in the UK, do you feel like all these immigration changes, does it affect you? Do you feel anxious about the whole thing? For those of you who are thinking of leaving the UK, what countries are you looking at? For those of you thinking of moving back home, what are the plans? What are the plans that you've made to retire back here in Nigeria? I would love to know. Let's get the comments rolling in the comment section. Please stay respectful. Last video, hey, let's stay respectful. These are opinions. You don't need to act on them. You will do you at the end of the day. Nobody will tell you what to do with your money and with your life. I'm just on the internet sharing my personal opinions. Anyway, guys, if you absolutely found this insightful, give it a massive thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next one. For now,